Hello, YouTube! So I know what you're saying. It's been a long time. Long time. I shouldn't have left you. Left you. Without a dope beat to step to?
Step two, step two, step two, step two. Picky, 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 baby girl.
What would you do to get to me? What would you say?
Whew. Sorry, sometimes spontaneous dance parties happen. You might say, sincerely, I saw that you have a different background. I also noticed that. This is my kitchen. La cuisine, as people say badly in French accents. My last video was going to be about the complexity of feelings, and I didn't have time to do that, and so I thought, you know what I can do? I can do the complexity of feelings in the kitchen while cooking potatoes and making cheese ball, because I'm going to Friendsgiving. What's Friendsgiving? That's a good question, me on the other side of the screen. It is a day to celebrate friendship. But I'm working on a tight deadline, and so now it's time to begin. Start by washing your hands, because, you know, you don't want to give people salmonella, or whatever you give people when you don't wash your hands. 2, you wash your potatoes, because you don't want to give people dirty potatoes. Then you have to stab your potatoes, because otherwise they explode in the oven. Once you stab your potatoes, you can just throw them in the oven. It's always good to have a potato just in the oven, as an in case you get hungry. Uh-oh, getting dark. And there's light. Now you have to start cutting the garlic. Also very important in cooking is your glass of wine, because who cooks sober, really? Not this guy. So now you should open the stove and put the garlic in the potato. Should you have done that beforehand when it was not hot? Probably. Are you a planner? Very obviously. I'm teaching you through my mistakes. You're welcome. Ha ha ha! Ow, ow, oh! Uh-oh. So, the potatoes don't really want to open because they're not very soft. So, put your garlic in a bowl, like such. And then just throw that in. Who's a master chef? This guy. You can start on your cheese ball. Upon looking in your bag to realize that you forgot half of the ingredients, you open your fridge and you improvise. Here are the ingredients you remembered. Cracker things. Philadelphia original cream cheese. I wonder where this is from. It doesn't say where it's from. Oh wait, here it is. Northfield, Illinois. Hi people of Northfield, Illinois. If you're watching my vlog, I'm Sincerely. Nice to meet you. This is your cream cheese that I'm going to put in my face tonight. Actually, may not be from Northfield, Illinois. The Kraft Foods Global Inc. is from Northfield, Illinois. Where are those cows that gave us their milky goodness? I don't know. Do you know? I don't... No one knows. No, because... It's a box, I think. You have to ask yourself, how much energy was used to produce, like, this packaging and the box, and to ship that? I don't know. There's complexity for you. Cheese and wine. Who says I'm not classy? Good thing no one's here to see me be disgusting. Now that you're through licking your fingers, you should wash your hands again, because, you know, people saw you do that on YouTube. So, one of the ingredients that you forgot was green onions. And since you don't have green onions, but you do have an onion sitting in the fridge, always have an onion sitting in the fridge. It is the best advice I could ever give anybody. You should cut that up and, you know, fry it. And then we'll just throw that in with a cheese ball. I think it's going to be tasty. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. After your onions have cut up, and your stomach has started to ache a little bit because of all the cream cheese you just ate, have a heart-to-heart with YouTube. So listen, YouTube. I'm not trying to say that every decision we make, we have to think about ad nauseum, because ad nauseum means until you get sick. And who wants to be sick? That is undesirable. Am I right? What I am saying is that every single thing that we do in our day has consequences. Even consequences that are small, like where my cream cheese came from, or like, do I turn right and go to the larger supermarket, or do I go left and go to a supermarket that's a bit smaller, but has local produce and supports local farmers? I think we should support local farmers. And it's not only because they're local and they're near me, but it's also that I feel like the less steps there are between me and my food, the less chances there are for questionable ethical decisions that hurt people or that hurt the environment or that hurt animals. While I can't spend my time at the grocery store wondering whether something is from Northfield, Illinois, or whether something is from upstate New York, I can spend a little bit of my downtime researching Philadelphia cream cheese and their business practices and where they get their milk from and how they pay their farmers and how is that processed. So that when I go to the grocery store, I simply know, do I take Philadelphia or not? So while I can't tell you what decisions you need to make, maybe I can help give a framework for things you could think about for the little decisions. 1. What were the effects on the environment? Were there pesticides used? Was it organic? How big was the farm? Did it have an effect on the local ecosystem? Was it a monoculture? Do you care about any of those things? And if so, why? 2. What were the working conditions like for the farmers? Did he or she get enough pay to support his or her family? Did the farming practices have any negative effects on the person's health? 3. If you care about animals, what were their conditions like? Were they fed what makes them healthiest? Did they have space to graze? Were they treated well enough not to live stressful lives? 4. Does it taste good? Ethical food that doesn't make you salivate when you put it in your face hole isn't really worth it. Which brings me back to cooking. And the secret ingredient, Worcestershire. Worcester. I've never been able to say that. And now, friends, it comes down to the dirty work. Now that your cheese looks vaguely like a ball, your potatoes are probably done. And if they're not, then screw them, because they're not the boss of you. You're on my time, potatoes. Now you have to find a way to get very hot, burning potatoes out of their skin. This looks way too fancy. It's talking about putting it in an ice bath and then like gently pulling the skin off. I'm your cook, not your dermatologist, potato. Now that you have peeled your potatoes and will likely have to go to the ER afterwards for third-degree burns, you should add your soy butter. Well, YouTube, you have to get ready for Friendsgiving and clean up the horrible mess that you made in the kitchen. Today, I mostly talked about complex decisions. Next week, I'm going to talk about complex emotions. And so, tune in next week for more of Sincerely Scott. Oh, forgot one thing. So, I think 2 YouTube videos ago, I asked what you guys wanted to be called, and a few people wrote in and said that I should use sincerely in some way, and suggested Frank or Frankly. So, I think that from now on, you're going to be Frankly, YouTube. So, frankly, I will see you next week.